So today I'm going to share the concept of gratitude in and shine a different light on it from a different perspective. And the perspective that I look at gratitude is kind of like the cycle of water. So the short version before I go into this whole concept is that gratitude is an emotion and hatred is also an emotion. We can feel it, like let's say hatred, just by thinking about something that makes us angry, makes us feel it. So, in the same way, thinking about gratitude or thinking about something that we're grateful for will make us feel gratitude or grateful. But why should we feel grateful? Well, it is simply because gratitude vibrates at a different frequency, and hatred is at a different frequency. One is lower and the other is higher, and it depends on where you want or which lane of vibrancy you want to vibe at. It's your choice. Then one might ask, why would I want to vibe at a higher frequency? Well, you will attract what you are. So if you enjoy hatred, you will attract things that is hatred. And if you vibe at a frequency of love and gratitude, you will attract that. So it comes down to choice. No one is, none is better than the other, but one certainly does help more than the other, and one is certainly more pleasant than the other. So the choice is ours. And so, just as if I would want to make myself sad, I can do that. I can think about things that I don't have, and suddenly I'll begin to feel sad. And think about things that I wish I had. Now I feel hopeless. So, gratitude is within that range, just thinking about things that I do have and feel thankful for that. And suddenly I feel grateful. So let's get into the Fine Roots edition. Let's paint this. And so the way that I look at it is kind of like a lake or the cycle of water. And let's use lake for an example. So the cycle of water goes as follows. The water is solid and it starts somewhere that it's solid, like the ocean, the lake, a pond, whatever it might reside. And it is through some sort of transformation is required to change its form. And that is to, one, to heat, like the sun heats up a pond or a lake, and suddenly it begins to transform and transmute into a gas form. Just like how, kind of like when we're cooking water, it first starts off just water, and then apply enough heat, it will boil and it will rise and become mist. So, like gratitude or any emotions, the more we put our focus into something, the more it begins to dwell. So, just like hatred, the more we focus on that, the more it dwells. And just like gratitude, the more we dwell on something, the more it grows. So, let's use an example right now of what is present. So, I am able to see colors and use my eyes and and see basically. I can see. So we can take anything in the present moment and feel grateful for it because that's what we have. Anything that is present, we have it. So I have my vision. Now I can start with the vision and I can begin to dwell on this. And then it grows into a gratitude. So I can see, and the easiest way to feel grateful for something is to not have it. Because when we lose something, that's when we feel grateful for it. But luckily, we don't have to lose it. I can just imagine what it's like to not see. So let's suppose that I woke up today and I couldn't see. I would wake up and I would not be able to see my wife. I would not be able to see where I'm going. I would not be able to see what time it is. I probably would have to put some kind of alarm. And I would have to navigate my day with just my ears, my nose, and kind of like touching and feeling things around the house. So, one already, there's a couple problems that I'm not used to that I have to deal with now. And that is, I wouldn't be able to just walk through a door. I would have to kind of navigate myself by using some kind of, let's say, a stick or something to navigate myself safely. So, already just waking up and doing that feels really unpleasant in a way or unfamiliar. And not only that, I brush my teeth. I would have to get changed. I don't know what clothes I'm wearing. I wouldn't be able to wear my favorite clothing. I wouldn't be able to see what I look like. So these things would be another problem. And let's say I would want to make some food in the morning. I wouldn't be able to do that just yet. I would have to be trained and then have some kind of assistance to do these things. And already there's just a lot of things that we don't really think about until we really think about it. So this is just a morning, and let's say get to work. If I can't see, let's say I work in a place of customer service, I wouldn't be able to interact with the customer, and I wouldn't be able to see the person. I would have to hear. And how would I serve the food or the coffee to the person that just ordered? Probably someone else would have to do that. Or I would have to get a different job that only requires me talking and not seeing. But then that takes away a lot of the, let's say, driving. If I want the will of just going from one place to another and just seeing the colors of nature. Like let's say I would visit a mountain or a fjord or go into the forest. I wouldn't be able to see the trees swaying, the flowers, animals, the joy of a kid. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to see. So now all of a sudden it kind of grows more and more. The more I begin to think about this, the more I feel grateful for my vision. Because there's just simply too much that's happening in the world. And the things that matter the most are usually the closest to us. And when we are so busy with life, things that are so close we're so used to it that we don't really see it or feel it until it's really gone and ripped apart from us. So this exercise is just simply an example of how to feel grateful in any given moment in time. The more you dwell on something, the more it grows. And do it for enough times, it becomes so easy to just look at something and feel grateful in that, like almost like immediately feel grateful for it just by seeing it. So again, let's go back to the pond. So let's say the lake is our thoughts. And let's say where we focus our attention is kind of like where we focus our energy. So just like how heat is energy, like it heats up the water, it focuses on the water and it applies a lot of energy and heats up and rises up to the sky and transmute into clouds, right? So I put my energy towards pick any spots in the lake, like I just did now with my vision. I think about it, I apply enough energy and time and focus, and then suddenly, over time, it transmutes into a gas state and becomes a cloud. And not only does it become a cloud, in other words, the thought becomes almost like an elevated state of consciousness. Because now, let's say, here's an example to demonstrate that. I can think about the past and feel angry about something, and I would feel really heavy, right? Now, if I elevate my thought to a point of gratitude and I can hold on to that, or not even hold on, but I can tune into that, all of a sudden I feel a lot lighter and I can see the world from a brighter perspective or a heightened vibration. So the choice is really ours. If I want to see the world from a lower freak, like lower vibration, I'll do just that. Or two, if I want to see the world through gratitude, I can do that. And the benefit of doing these things is that imagine what it would be like to look from the ground up. Everything would be bigger, everything would be massive, and it would feel hopeless to look at the world like that. But then with gratitude, you can kind of see everything from above down. Not that we are in a higher position looking down on others, but we're able to see the world for what it is and from a different perspective that it makes us feel not so hopeless but hopeful because we can see more full, not less. So let's wrap it up. Why should one want to feel gratefulness? Because feeling grateful allows one to elevate their state of emotion to a higher vibrational frequency. And when we do that, we can see the world from a hopeful perspective because we can see the full picture and not hopeless, let's say hatred, when we see the world from a less perspective. So that's going to be today's episode about gratitude. Be safe, be well, my friends. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.